Welcome back to episode 9 of the Lyin podcast. NFL football is finally here. We took a little bit of time off because we were kind of just waiting just to see for some actual games to happen, so preseason, watching some backups and stuff like that. And we could have just done more lists, but we were kind of getting repetitive with lists, so we decided just to wait until the season started, and it started on Thursday with the Ravens and the Chiefs playing, which is actually a pretty good game. AJ, what do you take away from the Ravens and or the Chiefs being two top contenders of last year?
Well, I think we're for sure going to see him again in the postseason, hopefully. But my biggest takeaway from that game is that the refs are already in postseason form too. I mean,
did you see that offsides they missed or whatever, the false start?
Yeah. You could tell that the refs are definitely going towards the Chiefs' side in that game. I saw all over Twitter people were saying it was Ravens versus refs. But no, I thought both teams looked pretty good for just coming into the season. Rashee Rice, I thought, was the standout for me. Xavier Worthy as a rookie looks really good as well. So, of course, the Chiefs don't lose anything in their receiving core. My favorite takeaway from the game was, Isaiah Likely barely stepped out at the end of the game there, and Patrick Mahomes in his exit interview goes, "Wear white cleats next time." I thought that was pretty funny. So, definitely excited to hopefully see him in the postseason.
Yeah, I would assume that they would meet in the postseason as well. Lamar had chances to win that game. He threw a ball too high for Likely, which was scary. He hurt his shoulder, came right down on his armpit. But then the Zay Flowers one was butt naked, and he just misses it. Yeah. I thought the ball got tipped at first. I was like, no way, he just botched it like that. But he did. But honestly, I was very impressed with the Chiefs wide receivers. Last year, it was almost praying for him to play well, but they look good. Rashee Rice looked great. Xavier Worthy looked like a great gadget guy. You can get in there and give him the ball and just see what happens. As a rookie coming in with 2 tubs,
that boy fast, and a lot of teams passed on him, and they shouldn't have. My biggest takeaway is just I didn't like how Lamar was missing kind of easy throws, bro, at the end of the game. I hate the Chiefs, so I wanted to see the Ravens win this game. Isaiah Likely, if his foot was a little bit smaller, man. But no, he looked like a monster. He had a big day, 9 catches for 100+ yards. His 1 touchdown play he did have was bonkers. So my biggest takeaway is really what are we doing with Mark Andrews here? Because Isaiah Likely's he's rising.
Well, their game plan was definitely Mark Andrews is their most dangerous receiving threat.
Yeah. So
they're trying everything to take him out. They're all over. And the Ravens are oh, fuck, we're going to throw him at left tackle. I guess likely, which he could be easily their slot receiver because he's pretty nimble and stuff like that. But, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was kind of crazy how, Lamar, we know he can run. But, he was, trucking motherfuckers, dude. He had some crucial spin moves, but, he wasn't sliding. He was ready to take someone head on, and he just shook it off. He was like, "Well, what? That ain't shit to me." I was like, "All right, Lamar," and he doesn't look big either. If anything, it looks like he lost weight.
I think that's what they were saying, is that he actually lost weight coming into the season. So he's a little bit smaller, a little bit quicker. I don't know.
I guess stronger too. But then a day later, we were blessed with our first Friday with NFL football.
Need it.
And it was in Brazil. And going into it, I thought the Packers would win just because they look good. The Eagles look bad at the end of the season. But honestly, Jordan Love, he was cool, but some of the I don't know. I wasn't super impressed, but I wasn't disappointed. You know what I mean? The Eagles started off very shaky, and that's kind of why the Packers look good, I guess. They had multiple touchdown chances, but they had to settle for field goals. I was projecting a little bit for Jordan Love, and it sucks that he did get hurt. He's going to miss at least, 1 or 2 games at least?
Yeah. I know. Well, they said at least he's missing the next game.
Yeah. which sucks. Like, I really don't want to see. I used to want to see Malik Willis, see what he has, but
Yeah,
I don't anymore.
He's on his second team. We already saw him on the Titans. He doesn't have too much.
To give.
In my opinion, I don't think he has too much to offer. But I mean, I guess we'll see. Jordan Love kind of did the opposite of what he did in the season last year in this one game. Is like he started the first half, he looked really, really good. And in the second half, probably because of the injury, he just wasn't making throws. He was missing throws, and he just didn't look great.
Well, he got hurt at the very end of the game.
At the end?
Yeah, like in the last two. That's why Malik Willis came in.
Okay, I got you. Well, no, in the second half of the game, I don't think he looked very well at all. He came out really hot. I'm not.
Their offense was just so stagnant.
Yeah.
And it's probably because they started like guarding Jaden Reed because he was torching them.
Jaden Reed had a big day. He's kind of solidified himself as probably their number one receiver. I mean, we know Watson caught the touchdown, but Jaden Reed looked really good.
Jaden Reed had a touchdown. But also the Eagles' defense impressed me, honestly. Like, not every single time, because they kind of sucked at first.
They looked really bad.
Giving up so many flags.
They could stop anything.
But, like, I could see, like, they could be somewhat decent if they really put it together. Like, their linebackers look shaky, but they also made some plays.
They had flashes, yeah, but they also made their... I feel like with their linebackers, they kind of just need some more experience because, like, Nakobe Dean, he had, like, a few big plays, but he also had a few big
blunders.
plays, like, a few big bad plays. So it's like, you know what I mean?
What do you think, Jay?
No, guys, I feel like we should never, ever, ever have an NFL game in Brazil ever again. I mean, Zay was alluding to Jordan Love looked bad in the second half. He thought it was that injury, but honestly, it was just he was sliding around everywhere. I'm pretty sure I could count on, like, he probably had 6 or 7 times where he slipped trying to throw the ball and it was an incomplete pass or he threw it over somebody's head. But my biggest takeaway from that game is Saquon Barkley fits perfectly with the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, oh my goodness, what a game from him. I think he had like 130 yards total with 3 touchdowns. For everybody slipping and sliding, he looked quick. He cut on a dime. I mean, that guy, sure.
Yeah, no.
Eagles going to be tough to beat.
Yep. No, I will say, definitely a big takeaway is that you could tell, dude, everyone was sliding all around that field, dude. Offense, defense, running backs, defensive linemen, cornerbacks, linebackers. Like, the field was definitely very slippery, and it's probably because they fucking changed it in, like, a day from a soccer field.
They just added a little bit of turf to it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like little pallets, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, if you get like if you don't do it in one day and you kind of have some time to prepare for it, you can probably go about that better. But no, I thought the game as a whole was awesome, regardless.
It was. The first 2 games were really entertaining.
Dude, I don't know about you guys, but didn't that game feel like it was like 5 hours long?
Yeah.
With the amount of flags and the
flags were
time show as well.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
And I had my own agenda because I wanted the Eagles to win because I was kind of bickering with these two before the game about who would win. And yeah, dude, every time a penalty would be called, I was like, oh my god, dude. And it was just kind of, the refs are on it already.
I think they should have another game in Brazil. The way they're shaking ass at halftime. They were hitting it. I was like, it was almost like I was telling him, I was like, I think it's too much for live television.
It was probably too much. It's probably too much, but I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it.
And then after that, we had NFL Sunday. The first question I'll ask is, what was your like biggest shock of the day, like upset?
I feel like that's kind
I think.
Go ahead, Zay. I was gonna say, I feel like that one's kind of obvious. It's like the Patriots.
The Patriots gonna win. We had been like 2 wins.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I had them getting 2 wins the whole season. So them coming out week 1 and shocking the Bengals completely blew my mind. I don't know I didn't get to watch much of that game personally. I don't know what's going on over there in Cincinnati, but something's not right.
Well, I kind of have like mixed feelings about it. Like, I don't want to say the Patriots look good because they didn't look bad. Like, I don't know, the run game looked great, but that's because their defense.
Ramondre is also really good, and
but the Bengals' defense was trash,
and they've always had a good O-line too.
And but also you saw Burrow on the sideline, messing with his wrist, but I was like, I don't know, their offense didn't look good. but also
Yeah.
the tight end dropped that touchdown. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, like at the beginning, yeah, when you have a chance to like stay, like I mean, obviously it's the very beginning of the game, but like you have a chance to make it a tie game, and Buddy
Just get
fumbles
some more
it
momentum.
literally on the half-yard line. That's definitely going to steal all your momentum, and I don't know. You just got to find a way to get it back if you're the Bengals, because it's I can tell that's gonna hurt.
My biggest takeaway from the Bengals, I don't know how much you guys actually watched that game. But if Joe Burrow's dealing with that wrist injury, they didn't have a run game. They lost Joe Mixon to the Texans, and Zach Moss is terrible. I mean, absolutely garbage. He is not good enough to be able to lead that offense down the field. And they shut Jamar Chase down. Maybe part of that was because he didn't practice the entire offseason.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Bengals team looked terrible. They better turn it around quick too, because they're in a tough division.
I was gonna say that's not
A division you can afford to lose
exactly.
a game like that.
If you're the Bengals, you're going to be fighting for playoff seeding, whether it's against the Chiefs, the Ravens, like the Dolphins. Like that's not a game. Week 1 against the Patriots, that's not a game you can afford to lose.
The Dolphins almost dropped one too, though.
Yeah, but
it can happen, but
they came back and won that thing though. That's the difference between what them and the Bengals did week 1. You can't be losing those games.
Well, what is your guys? Tyreek Hill gets arrested pretty much that morning.
did you see the body cam footage?
Dude, I saw that
Yeah,
today. I watched that. I don't know if it was last night actually or if it was this morning, but I watched the whole body cam footage. That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to get into politics on this, but it was so stupid. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's just it's stupid.
My favorite part about it was he caught the touchdown and then did the
rest.
back celebration.
Yeah,
That
that was
funny.
comedy.
I do like that he was kind of lighthearted about it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
People were baking him on
I'd say,
Twitter though.
guys, I'd say another huge shock is NFL, anything can happen, but we had 2 teams win football games without scoring an offensive touchdown.
Wait, who was the other one?
Ridiculous.
Who was the one you're thinking of?
The Bears and the Steelers won.
Okay, offensive touchdown. Okay.
Yeah. No, the Bears got a pick 6 and a field goal or a pump block touchdown, something like that.
Yeah, and some field goals. The Steelers one is insane though.
Pick 6.
The Steelers one, I would say about the Steelers is that one kind of surprised me. I knew that it would probably be a close game because the Steelers defense is really good, but I expected the Falcons week 1 with Kirk and you know what I mean. I expected them to come out and look way better than they did, and I think that's just I don't know if it's Kirk knocking off some rust being in a new situation or whatnot, or if it's just a tribute to the Steelers defense because I mean every year consistently the Steelers defense is ridiculous.
I would say it's both. I would say it's both him getting back in there and that defense is being really good. But also, like, there's a couple times where you saw him loading up to throw the ball, and he wasn't really trying to, land back on that foot, the one that he popped. And I feel like it's probably still okay because he did load up on it. But there probably still is just that little bit of fear in your head, like I don't want to push it. You know what I mean? Especially when he first came back out. I assume their offense is going to pick it up, but I don't see them as like contenders or anything. But I see them.
Well, their division's horrible, though. I mean, other than the Buccaneers,
the Buccaneers are good.
But if they beat the Buccaneers, they could beat the Buccaneers. I don't know.
The Buccaneers look damn good, and the Buccaneers won a playoff game last year. So.
I'm not too high on the Buccaneers.
I think my biggest takeaway from that Falcons team is Kirk Cousins spent $160 million in the club with his chains, popping his chains out. I mean, he looked terrible. He looked absolutely terrible. Adrian, you alluded to it a little bit about maybe it was just that foot or heel or whatever he injured.
His Achilles.
Yeah, but he looked god awful. He was not comfortable in the pocket with TJ Watt, literally getting through anybody he wanted to.
Yeah, TJ Watt was going crazy.
I mean, I don't know what quarterback would be comfortable in the pocket with that motherfucker.
No, it's because you got a bum leg. Like, come on. I'm not trying to get sacked by him.
But yeah, maybe an overreaction, but $160 million for Kirk Cousins is kind of crazy in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but you can't really be mad at them. They haven't had a quarterback since Michael Vick.
Well, I mean, and
Yeah, but they drafted Michael Penix right away after they got him.
Yeah, that was odd too, but
I will say the last couple of years though with the Vikings, I mean maybe before this last one, like I mean he had him in the play, like they were winning like with Dalvin Cook and everything, they were winning they won like 13 games one season, so it's not like he's not a serviceable quarterback on a good team. It's just like I don't know.
well, even on the Redskins, Commanders, my bad.
Yeah, but obviously
he was just
yeah, I mean obviously he's
like
getting
Philip
older
Rivers
in
kind of
age.
guy.
I wouldn't be surprised. You could probably say he's definitely declining a little bit, but like I don't know.
Speaking of QBs declining,
Talk to me nice. Come on.
let's talk about America's Game of the Week. Deshaun Watson is terrible. Deshaun
Watson is terrible.
Hey, was it terrible or was the Cowboys defense just getting to him?
Deshaun Watson is terrible.
Look,
Terrible.
His offensive line was Swiss cheese. I will say
It was.
No, it was.
They were getting to him.
But for a quarterback that on the Texans he used to scramble out of the pocket and make plays, he didn't do any of that.
No.
In my opinion,
Because he's
I
not
mean, was
loose.
missing-
He hasn't got no fucking massages. He's not loose.
Well, you could tell like what Jay was talking about, like those plays that he used to make in Houston when he would get outside the pocket.
And just start dying.
Them boys were catching him. Like he's not,
Yeah.
he's not getting outside the pocket. Like D-Law was snatching him up. Michael was snatching him up. Like them boys were on smoke.
I do feel bad for Amari Cooper, man. Like, he's such a good wide receiver, and, like, he's just not...
Hey, he caught it. No, Jerry Judy caught the touchdown.
Jerry Judy
So Jerry Judy he didn't go to any better situation. Like, I feel bad for him, too. I like Jerry Judy, man.
I don't know. He might have, honestly. Better defense. You can say a better quarterback, but...
I'll take both.
All right, well let's go. Let's move on to because obviously the Cowboys dominated,
Yeah.
and what sucks too, especially for fantasy wise too. I have CD. They didn't need to push the ball so early in the game. It was over. It was over, but they're dominating them. Zeke looked decent too.
Bro, I kept telling you. I said, dude, every time I see Zeke with the ball, I was like, why does he look solid? I kept looking over there. I'm like, hey, Zeke look good.
That was nice to see, honestly.
I like that.
But yeah, the Cowboys look
Maybe that
good.
number change helped him.
Hey, 15.
And it's silly to me too how they waited to the day before, the day of, to finally sign Dak. And so all this stuff that Dak and CD were wanting for the contract, they got what they wanted.
They got it.
Why didn't they just do it when it first happened? They could have figured it could have been so much cleaner.
I feel like it's just like a stubbornness thing between both sides. I feel like you both want you want it under your terms. You want this amount of money specifically, and I feel like it's a tug of war between both sides. And I think now that you're finally in a situation,
the same things. Go ahead.
No, now you're in a situation where everybody's paid. Like you're kind of cool. Obviously, you got to pay Micah next year, but still,
They could have been paid weeks ago.
That's what I was about to bring up. Is the same. We're going to hear next year the same thing with Michael Parsons. He's going to hold out, and I don't know. Jerry Jones is messed up in the head.
It's definitely Jerry. It's definitely Jerry.
He needs to retire, man. Sell the team. Give it away. Well, we can move on to Isaiah's team, Broncos. So me and Isaiah were here together. I had my Cowboys game up, and he had his Broncos game up. I didn't pay all that much attention to his, except I kept hearing Bo Nix has the worst rookie debut ever. And I'm like, did Caleb Williams not even get a touchdown? So I'm kind of confused on what's going on. I don't know. Jay, did you watch that game?
No, I focused more on the Cowboys game, honestly. But I feel like every single rookie struggled week one. I didn't really see a single rookie that jumped out on paper to me.
No, I mean statistically, it'd probably be Jay Daniels.
Yeah,
garbage time touchdown. He had another touchdown.
He didn't look very great.
But in terms of bad throws, Bo Nix had the worst one. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean he threw the ball into quadruple coverage. That's when I turned that game off. So
I think he was had to been just nerves and real NFL atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because he was doing okay in preseason. I say I'm not ready to write him off. No, one game.
What I will say is that obviously you're playing against third and fourth stringers, fifth stringers in the preseason, but he looked like a completely different quarterback in the preseason. So and the biggest difference between this fucking first game and him in the preseason is like his accuracy. Because in the preseason, he's hitting dudes on the numbers, in the hands every single time. And I don't know if that attributes to like maybe teams getting better pass rush, exactly what Adrian said. Maybe it's like the nerves. It's his first ever game, and like, but like I expect him to clean that up at least a little bit. And I mean, as bad as he didn't play like atrocious. He had 2 bad interceptions. I'll give you that. But also like as bad as he played, we were in that football game until literally probably like the very last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. So like
Once I saw that 30-yard run by
Gino,
I was like, damn, they might be cooked.
I didn't see that coming. I'm not gonna lie. Gino just wasn't.
Well, actually, Zay, I'm happy you brought up preseason because I was kind of thinking about this. Obviously, we took quite a bit of a break, but
Yeah.
in my opinion, like maybe you're just trying to save him because it's your future guy. But I feel like only one drive for these rookies wasn't enough. Like what we saw from Bo Nix in preseason was one good drive.
Yeah,
and
I
they'd
agree.
sit him out the rest of the game. You know, and Jaden Daniels didn't really play, and Caleb out
He
there
paused. He
did
played a
play
whole.
after
He played a whole half of football, dude. You didn't watch that much.
the first game.
Yeah, and he looked great. And after that, they pretty much just named him the starter, and they were like,
They
"Take
did.
him out. We don't want him to get hurt." I get where you're coming from,
But he should play a little bit more.
He probably does need more reps. I get that, but like he definitely played like more than one good drive.
They're
You know?
probably like,
had a
oh, he
good-
played so many college games. He probably don't need these preseason. He's probably good.
He had a good half. He actually had a really good half, like quality half of football. So like, I get where they're coming from, but I also get where you're coming from. He's a rookie. He needs more time.
Seahawks. I didn't think the Seahawks looked that good either, though.
They did. I don't.
Which
they,
is-
they really didn't.
I'm like the Seahawks have been one of my teams that I'm kind of like, oh, they could really like be a sleeper. Like you catch them on a week and they upset you. You know what I mean?
Well, they came in like spurts. You know what I mean? They'd be like super stagnant, and then it'd be 30-yard touchdown run from Gino, or it'd be like a
Charbonnet got a tug.
Charbonnet gets a 30-yard touchdown pass. It's like they definitely came in spurts, and I don't know. I think the one good takeaway from that game, we can stop talking about it because obviously we don't need to keep talking about this game, but the Broncos defense looked really good.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they have like 2 safeties in the first?
Yeah.
yeah, 2 safeties.
It was crazy. It was 10 to what was it? 10 to 6.
It was like 10 to.
It was 10 to 6, and
yeah.
they had the 6th had the touchdown.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's probably enough of my Broncos.
Let's move on here. I think one game I really enjoyed watching was that Texans Colts game.
That was a battle.
It was about. I mean, C.J. Stroud looked really good in my opinion.
I agree.
He threw for like 240 with 2 touchdowns. And I talked about Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon looked really good. Granted, he ran the ball like 40 times, but he still had like 100. He still had like 160 yards in a touchdown. I mean, the Texans finally get like a solid run game, and they're going to be dangerous this year. That's for sure.
It's nice to see Joe in a different situation. You know what I mean? Because he's been on the Bengals his whole career, and it's like you kind of just imagine him as just like just like a servicer, like he's all right. But like now that he gets to go to a situation where I don't know, I think the Texans are better than the Bengals. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think they're gonna have a way better year. So I think he goes to a better situation, and I think he'll thrive over there for sure.
I've told you I'm just not that high on Joe Burrow. I never have been. But I think C.J. Stroud did look like one of the best quarterbacks that played this week because, actually, no, that's not true because Lamar and Mahomes, they look really good. But he was up there with those guys because
Lamar also missed a pass to win the game.
I know.
Or like, you know what I mean? Like make it a better game. So like.
But Lamar was carrying. But anyways, I think 4 years ago, I saw this earlier. 4 years ago, we had 61 passing touchdowns in week 1. This week, we had 31 in total.
Yeah, that's insane.
So, like, either, I don't know what's going on, but that's odd. The only 2 quarterbacks, Jay, you probably know who the only 2 quarterbacks that had 3 passing touchdowns.
Well, one was Derek Carr.
Yep.
The other's Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
I bet you could. You wouldn't have got me to bet $1 on that prop, bro. I promise you that.
But I don't know. It's a little strange.
I do want to stick with this Colts team though. I thought Anthony Richardson looked really good.
Oh, what I was gonna say is, I think C.J. Stroud looked like a real superstar. Like that's what he is. Mm-hmm. But Anthony Richardson, he showed you that he can be. But
right.
some
Right.
things
That's what I'm saying.
you need
Like,
to sharpen the tools in the shed a little bit.
exactly, because he flashed, and when he flashes,
It was
he flashes
huge.
really well. I like that a lot.
I think that throw to Alec Pierce was one of the best throws I've ever seen in my life. Swear to God.
Ridiculous. It
I was
ridiculous.
watching that. I was watching the
And then
highlights.
even
and that
the
was
one,
nuts.
the one he threw to who was the other guy? The other long touchdown.
Oh, was
he
it
literally-
Adonis?
Maybe I
What's his
don't
name?
maybe.
Mitchell.
But he just rocketed and threw it like as hard as he could, and it just was just fast enough to get past the dude's arms, and he just. But yeah, he's shown you, like, as we all knew from his combine, this guy is a crazy
This
athlete,
guy's a freaking nature.
and
yeah.
he's showing it. But like, there's
And that big touchdown run, dude, that was awesome. I mean, that's what you want out of your starting quarterback. He's like, you're not going to stop me. I'm getting in the end zone. I like that a lot.
I saw the most insane stat I've ever seen in my life about a quarterback. He's only played in 17 games since high school. Only started in 17 games since high school.
wow.
That is crazy.
That is ridiculous. Obviously,
Well, I mean, actually, that makes sense. How much he played 1 year at Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many games
And
did
then
they
he
play?
played like what?
He played 4
They
games
played-
last year. He played 4 games last year.
College is about
12 games.
He had to have played 13 games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
13 games and he played 4 in the NFL.
But yeah, I'm so high on him. He's gonna be awesome. But like, it sucks though because you have a guy like that who can make amazing plays like that. Some things that no one in the world can do besides him. Like him, like some of those crazy throws. But also like the simple stuff, like just like getting a little slant out, a guy on time and on like route. Some like Derek Carr was doing that shit, but he couldn't. Like 9 completions.
Yeah, no.
9 completions and 212 yards.
And that'll also come
He
with
played the
time.
Panthers.
Yeah, that'll also no. But with Anthony Richardson, that'll also come with time. Like the stuff that he can do are traits that you can't acquire. You can acquire making easy passes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't acquire his arm talent or his
Sliding on the floor and throwing 60 yards.
Bro, you're not acquiring those traits. What you can acquire is medium throw accuracy, short throw accuracy, stuff like that. But no, dude, he's got time to be a great quarterback.
I'll tell you who I am
Let's
out
finish it off
on.
real quick.
Let's
Finish it off real quick with these last 3 games.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield looked great, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think we got to talk about that one too much. Baker.
No,
Mike
he
Evans.
played the Commanders.
Mike Evans, though. I'll give you props on Mike
That
Evans.
throw to Mike Evans on the
We
left side was
had
crazy too.
We had a little beef about Mike Evans and somebody else. I don't know who it was, but Mike Evans looks phenomenal.
Chris Godwin looked
And
good
then,
too. Rashad White looked decent too.
Rashad White.
What were your guys' thoughts? Obviously, Puka Nacua got hurt, which sucks for the Rams. But what are your guys' thoughts on Cooper Kupp getting 21 targets?
I mean, they really went back to their bread and butter.
I was gonna say
I
it
told
makes sense.
my buddy Carter right after we drafted. I guess it was before we drafted our fantasy. He was like, "What's your hot take for fantasy this year?" And I said, "Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp will both be top 10 wide receiver, like fantasy wide receivers this year." He's like, "It's pretty hot, but I can see it." And I was like, "Well, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming a healthy year from Cooper and Puka. I think they'll both be very solid. But if you don't have Puka, they're gonna go back to their old way. Just give it to Cooper Kupp."
Exactly.
And it was dope for me because I
I mean,
had.
they're going to let Stafford throw the ball 50 times a game.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it is what it is.
And 20 of those are going to be to Cooper Kupp, especially without Puka. And I mean, with Puka, they're obviously going to split it pretty well. But yeah, like you said, with the healthy Cooper Kupp, I mean, you can't forget about Cooper Kupp. That dude put up 2K. He had Triple Crown. Like, dude's a stud.
Does this Puka stuff like worry you at all?
Like for him long term.
No,
Or
just
what do you
like I mean, it just sucks to start the year like that.
It's just you hate
Because
it.
how long is he gonna be out? It could.
Well, yeah.
I'm seeing 4 weeks. I'm seeing 2. I'm seeing a bunch of different stuff.
You hate it because
Yeah.
he's such a special talent. Like he broke the rookie receiving record last year. But like, yeah, I mean, it's just an unfortunate part of the game.
Oh, Jay, you know what pissed me off? Did you watch that game, the Rams and Lions?
Yeah.
So the announcer, he was talking to me like he's talking about Puka and Cooper Kupp. He was like, "Yeah, neither of these guys are really gonna wow you with athleticism," and I was like, okay, Cooper Kupp, I guess he's a route running, possession catch kind of guy. He'll make some good catches, but Puka last year was literally head topping dudes and like getting his feet down and like Puka was being athletic. That's why I was like, this guy has made me mad. Like, what are you talking about? Did you not watch any of the games? That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It sucks that he is going to miss 4 games. There's strained PCL, which I'm pretty sure is in your knee or something like that. But my takeaway from that game is the Lions didn't look great. Coming into the year, I thought the Lions were just going to dominate everybody. Amon-Ra got shut down, that's for sure. Good thing they had Jameson Williams step up, but no, their defense played well enough, but I thought Jared Goff looked like the old Jared Goff on the Rams, in my opinion. I think he's just a game manager.
Well, it's definitely a difference because, like, the last game we saw them playing was against the 49ers, and they had the 49ers by the throat, and the Niners came out of halftime and just said, "Nah, actually, we're the better team." And it's like, you go from that to where it's like, oh my God, the Lions might go win the NFL championship, to like, okay, we can barely beat the Rams without Puka. Like, it's definitely a big difference. But once again, man, it's overreaction week 1, dog. Like, I mean,
I don't think it should be an overreaction. Well, I don't believe the Lions look that bad. I think the Rams are a solid team. Last year you saw them; they were winning. They made the playoffs.
And they were in the game with the Lions too.
Yeah,
in the
so
playoffs.
they're a good team. So like, I'm fine with them having a close game, but in that overtime, they looked unstoppable. Like Derek, I almost called him Derrick Henry. David Montgomery was literally like a horse, just running through people. Yeah. Like, he was unstoppable. But it does suck that Amon-Ra got shut down. But I mean, that's what J-Mo was supposed to be doing last year. There's just a deep threat, and I think. I don't know. I think their weapons, I think they'll be fine. Jameer looked fine. David Montgomery looked great. I think Goff will be okay. I'm not worried about their team at all. Maybe their defense a little bit, but I think it'll be okay.
Oh, I only say that because I thought there was 3 teams in the NFC that looked better than them. I thought the Cowboys looked good. I thought the Eagles looked really good. And this last team that I'm about to talk about here, the 49ers, I don't know if anybody's going to beat the 49ers.
Yeah, they look crazy. They let Jordan Mason get 170 or 140?
And the thing is, you got a team in the Jets where it's like, you're not sure what they are, but like
they pride on their defense.
Exactly, but at their best, they could be a very, very good football team. So it's like, for the Niners to come out there without CMC and be like, look, we haven't lost a fucking step.
Still running.
You know what I mean? Like, we came here to show the whole league we're still here. We're not going anywhere. And, yeah, they're going to be one of the better teams in the NFC. And Brock Purdy can make every throw. Talk to me nice.
All right.
That boy was dodging fools up, man. I love to watch him.
All right. Yeah, sure. Except for all the ones that Brandon Ayuk.
The Brandon Ayuk was dropping them in the middle of his hands in the end zone. Come on, man. Except for the ones that Ayuk. What are you talking about?
No, the 49ers look great. The Jets look good for one drive.
I know.
Literally one drive.
The first drive.
The first drive.
So, no, the first drive they fumbled. The first drive, Brees Hall fumbled.
Okay,
and they held him to a field goal, which I was like, okay, good defense. And then they get it back, and they go on a great drive. I'm like, oh, this might be a game right here. This might be a really solid game.
Yeah, I was thinking
and then their offense just slowly got worse and worse. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, Gary Wilson looked great in the beginning, and then, like, I don't know, they kind of just shut their offense down a little bit, and like, I'm fine. Like, Aaron Rodgers he's back, but like, give him some time. I'm not out on the Jets yet. They played the best team.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm not
flashes.
I'm not out on the Jets yet, but I don't think I was super duper high on the Jets because I didn't have them winning their division. So.
I did.
Yeah, I know.
But I'll tell you what I am out on. I'm out on Bryce Young. He can fucking. He better go get. I hope he has his license. He better start door dashing because, dude.
I think I just heard this like very recently, but I'm pretty sure someone said that his rookie stats are worse than Jamarcus Russell's. That can't be real. Like that's horrible. That's horrible.
Until he can. I swear to God, I'm gonna order some chicken wings or something. He's gonna be like, "Here you go, bro." I'm like, "What are you doing here, bro?" He should have played hockey or something because the football's not it.
He should have played baseball or something. I don't know. Yeah, we're crazy. Yeah, definitely overreacting a bit, but no, dude, he looks horrible, atrocious.
Oh, do you remember that Falcons commercial? Well, not Falcons commercial, but it was a DoorDash commercial with Desmond Ritter. And when he got cut, people were putting that all over. I'm telling you, he better not do a commercial for him, or he is cooked.
Yeah, well, you said you're out on Bryce Young. I'm out on Will Levis, so we can.
Dude,
Will Levis made two of the worst plays I've ever seen in my life, bro. In the same game. There's no way.
That.
Well, actually, okay, who was worse? Will Levis? Daniel Jones.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Will Levis was worse.
Dude, that picture?
Yeah, with
that is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Will Levis was worse, bro. He made the stupidest play I've seen in, like, probably my entire time watching football. that was he's like,
take it.
Take it to the end.
And then he chooses to act shocked. Like, oh, you didn't see that coming? What do you mean? But.
Oh, man. That was definitely bonehead play of the week, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's Shaq and a fool, bro.
Oh, goodness.
That's bad.
So, Jay, so now we got, like a good week one.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? We got a couple games lined up for week two that might be pretty decent.
We'll do like a pick 'em kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, week two, obviously the NFL always goes all out week one. Week two, there's some okay matchups. I think the biggest one of the week is Thursday night. It's coming up. Okay. We have the Bills versus the Dolphins.
That's a huge matchup. Same division. I like that a lot.
I don't remember who I took in our thing. I think.
Where's the game at? Do you know?
It's at the Dolphins.
At the Dolphins, okay. So we got fair weather.
Josh Allen looked like really good.
Josh Allen did look good.
But his weapons didn't look all that good.
Yeah.
Like, you saw, he had to do it by himself a little bit, too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm probably going to go with the Dolphins. I think they have a better defense and a more explosive... Like, they definitely have more explosive weapons. Josh Allen has...
Yep.
They have the best quarterback,
mm-hmm.
which is kind of hard to beat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I like everything else with the Dolphins.
I think kind of where my head's at is I think like the big three of the AFC East, I think they're mostly gonna like split with each other, and the home games are the ones that you like need to win. So I think the Dolphins are gonna have like a big emphasis to win this football game, and if they don't, it's probably gonna be kind of detrimental moving forward. So I think they're really gonna want this one. They'll probably pull that one off.
I think the Dolphins are gonna blow them out.
Yeah,
Blow them out?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think they win by at least 10 points.
I wouldn't be shocked.
That's not a blowout. A blowout is. I think
it depends though. If you're up by 10 the whole game and it's never close, that's a blowout. That's a blowout. The game was never close.
I think
never
blowout.
feared that we were gonna lose this game. That's a blowout.
I think
that's a convincing win.
Really early lead.
That's a blowout. Don't wordplay me, bro. What's a convincing win?
13.
By 10.
A blowout.
I don't think a 10 is not a blowout.
What's a blowout? 14?
17 is borderline blowout.
Borderline.
Borderline a blowout.
17 points isn't a blowout. Man. We don't need to argue about logistics. We don't need to argue about logistics. Go ahead.
The next matchup I have here is the Bucks at the Lions.
See, that's going to be a good game.
That's fire.
That's going to be a good game.
That's really good. I mean...
Is at Lions?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I'll take Lions by...
Yeah, what's the spread? Let's spread this.
I'll take them to win by 3 points.
You can't make up your own spread. We would play the spread.
Oh, I can't look it up.
AJ's probably got it.
I got you. Hang on. Yeah, give me a sec.
On a game like this, yeah, I'd probably rather play spread because I'm going to take the Lions to win. I think most people would take the Lions to win. It's an interesting matchup, but like because the potential of it being like a 27-34 ball game, you know what I mean? But like
Lions are actually -7.
So they're saying they win by a touchdown.
They win by a touchdown. I'll take the Buccaneers +7.
It's not even 7.5.
No, I'll take the Buccaneers +7. I'm cool with that.
I'll I'll take the Bucks as well. Because that just means they have to be within 7 points, right?
That means, yeah. Even if they lose by 7, you're good.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like you go into the game. You go into the game, and the Buccaneers already have a touchdown.
Okay.
That's what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that.
What you got, Jay? You taking the spread or no? What, you going Lions? What's up, man?
I think I am going to go Lions, actually.
Yeah.
Just in terms of, I don't think the Bucs defense is as good as the Rams defense is.
I don't know. The Rams defense is not good.
I thought we were talking about the Lions.
No, he's talking about
the Lions.
Oh, okay, no. I see what you're saying.
The Rams defense is better than the Bucs defense.
I disagree.
Completely.
I disagree.
No, the Rams defense is horrible.
The Rams defense.
They've had one of the worst defenses in the league for like the last 2 years.
Last year, they literally had like the most amount of rookies on defense than they ever played. But yeah, no.
I don't know what game you guys watched on whatever that game was, but they look decent. That's all I'll say. And
I don't know if that was a tribute to them.
The Bucs gave up 20 to the Commanders, and that's all I have to say about that. So I'll take the Lions at -7 and move on.
Okay.
That's all I got to say about that. I'm not sure.
Next one we have is, I'm pretty sure this is America's Game of the Week. It's the Bengals at the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are going to kill them.
Listen.
Chiefs.
That's going to be a blowout.
Listen, I'll take the Chiefs by straight up, and I'll take their money line, bro. I'm going.
The Chiefs are going to beat them by at least probably 24 points. Dead ass.
Jeez Louise.
The Chiefs are going to wipe the floor with them. He said, "Jeez Louise."
What's the spread?
The spread is 6.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, give me 9.
I'm taking the Chiefs for sure. That's easy. I don't. The Bengals give you no reason to trust anything that they're gonna do, so I'm definitely taking.
I wouldn't take the Bengals at +12 or -12.
No,
Whatever
if it was double digits, I would have taken the Bengals. But no, 6 points, no.
I think they're gonna kill
I'll
them.
probably go with the Chiefs there.
Yeah, I feel.
I agree with that. You can't trust the Bengals at all, especially with Joe Burrow's wrist.
Yeah, I mean,
Can't
he
trust
didn't
him.
even throw a touchdown, bro. So like, yeah, no.
Their defense
this
is
game-
horrible.
This next game is the over/under for it is 35, so this kind of puts it into perspective.
It's gonna be a low scoring game, most likely.
Yeah, it's my team versus A's team.
No, it's
Pittsburgh
not.
at Denver.
No, week 2.
Yep, week 2, and Russell Wilson is not playing.
Yeah, no, they're serious. I saw they were getting Fields ready to be the starter.
Oh, this is great, dude.
The Steelers are -3 favorites.
3, they're only giving us 3. Where is it at?
Yeah. It's at Denver.
I mean, it's dead ass probably gonna be like
It's at Denver.
9 to 6.
I was just gonna say that.
I'll take the Steelers.
You got me bent if I'm coming onto my pod with my team on my chest and not taking my team, so I'm going Denver Broncos +3.
Yeah, I think we hold the Denver Broncos to about 6 points, and we beat them by about 7. So I think 13 to 6 is a good score prediction.
You know what's crazy is that's probably what it'll be.
I'd rather take 12. I'd rather take 12 to 6.
That's probably what it'll be. But I mean, I'm a Broncos fan till the day I die, so I'm gonna take my boys. And I mean, the Steelers are pretty good, but like they're not the best football team. So like we could upset. You never know.
Yeah, but our kicker can make it from 57.
That's what I'm saying.
We got a kicker. He's a vet.
Bro, Brandon Aubrey made a 66-yarder. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
With like 5 to spare.
Yeah, they should have let him kick
Why
that.
didn't they let him kick from 70? Let's address that real quick. Why didn't they let Aubrey kick from 70? That's fucked up.
It is.
Alright, that's it. Never mind. That's all I got. Oh, fuck.
Oh, man. This one is Sunday Night Football. I just put it on there because it's Sunday night. This is the Bears at the Texans. Texans are 6.5.
Oh, give me the
yeah.
Texans by a million, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'll say that.
I think the Texans just have way too much for them. I think their defense. I mean, they just got their defense just got like Danielle Hunter, and they've upgraded other areas as well. So like, dude, no, I got the Texans by a landslide.
I think the only way the Bears even cover that spread is if they block another punt for a
Yeah, I
touchdown.
mean, unless Caleb Williams comes out and throws 3 touchdowns and 300 yards, yeah, there's no shot.
Yeah. And then Monday Night Football is, oh jeez, it's Atlanta at Philadelphia.
He said, "Oh,
The
jeez."
Eagles, the Eagles are -6.5.
Yeah, I'll take that.
They're not showing any love on these spreads, dude. I'm taking the Eagles. I mean, there's no kind of like what I said. It's kind of like the Bengals and Chiefs for me. It's kind of like that game to me. Like the Falcons remind me. Like they didn't give me any reason to believe that they're gonna come into Philly and take out the Eagles. And the Eagles look pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I think
You see that?
take the big dogs this week is kind of what we're rolling with here.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what you. I mean, it's kind of what you got to do. I mean, you can't always be right. There's going to be an upset. One of those probably. You know what I mean? One of those could very likely be an upset. So nothing.
Yeah, not the Broncos Steelers.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Next, we're gonna just do our quick NFL awards picks real quick. I think we should start off with like something smaller. We'll go there.
Yeah, we'll lead up.
So we'll start with defensive rookie of the year.
Defensive rookie of the year.
And
Okay.
Jay, who did you have?
Yeah, I have Eagles cornerback Quinion Mitchell. He played at Toledo for 4 years. He had offers from Bama and stuff, but he decided to stay home. And you know, he's a bona fide starter on the Eagles. He plays nickel, and I think he's going to be a dog this year. In terms of rookies for the defensive side, I don't think it's that stacked. So
No,
I think his odds are like plus 1,200, which is like the 4th best odds for defensive rookie of the year.
Jesus.
So yeah, Quinion Mitchell.
Well, he also made like a really big like 3rd down stop in that game too. So that was nice to see.
Mm-hmm. I don't really know any of these defensive rookies, so I'm just gonna take the guy I do know. Homer pick. Take Cooper DeJean. I'm just gonna take him. I don't even know if he's gonna get in this year, but that's my guy.
For the viewers at home, he is my rookie of the year back.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a dude who's never folded. He's been the realest since he was born. He's got the coolest name I've ever heard. Plays for the Saints. He is also a cornerback. I'm taking Kool-Aid McKinstry, dog. Don't play me. Dude was a stud at Bama. He's gonna be a stud in the league. Don't play around with Kool-Aid. That's all I gotta say.
And next we got offensive rookie of the year. I'm gonna go with, honestly, it looks somewhat decent this week too. I had Jaden Daniels, and he's like one of the only quarterbacks that got in twice.
Oh Lord.
But I'll take a shot at him. I don't want to take like Caleb, who's like, oh, you know, but like, I'll take Jaden just because I think he does have that rushing upside, which could etch him out if Caleb has like an okay year. Like if they both have okay years, he just has more rushing.
Right.
I could see that happening. This is his first year, but Caleb has really good weapons. Hopefully, he can learn how to use them. But yeah, I'll go Jaden.
I'm gonna take one of AJ's guys. Straight from the Ohio State University. His dad was an NFL player, really good NFL player. He was a great college player. I don't expect him to have another week where he has 1 catch for 4 yards at all. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the real deal. I'm not completely sure what happened week 1, but he will put up some great numbers, some big numbers. I promise that.
I think so too.
Yeah, I'm going against the grain as well. I think when you talk about offensive rookie of the year, it's always a quarterback. So I like that wide receiver pick, Zay. I'm going to go a different wide receiver. I'm going to go Keon Coleman.
Oh, interesting. I like that.
Yeah, I think for the Bills, he has to step up as the wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good at Florida State when they were trying to get into the playoffs and then got blown out by Georgia. But, no, Keon Coleman, it's my guy.
I like it.
Those Bills receivers to me are all like it's weird because there is no one. They're
Well,
all
it's
around
like-
the same.
That's what I'm saying.
They're all on the same. Like
It's
I
kinda
thought
like-
Curtis Samuel was gonna be the one to step into that one
Nah.
because he had a solid year last year.
It's definitely interesting, but I do think that one of them is gonna like separate themselves.
Yeah,
from the
I
others.
agree.
I fully expect for one of those guys, whether it's Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, or I don't think it'll be Curtis Samuel.
I would really hope it would be Curtis Samuel. And comeback player of the year.
Comeback player of the year.
I don't know. I had a couple guys I wanted to do, like I don't know. Like I think I'm just gonna go with Nick Chubb though. I hope he can come back and just start killing it. Another guy I was thinking of, like that would be kind of cool, would be like I don't know. Would Cooper Kupp really count? Because he was like,
I don't think so.
yeah. I
It
don't
was
think
just
so
like
either.
a guy his caliber. Like he probably still had a pretty good year last year. I don't
He
know
was
how
very
many-
mediocre. He missed a lot of games. He
Yeah,
didn't play all
he
that
missed
great.
a lot of- I don't
He was
know.
definitely second fiddle,
I don't
but
think that's a horrible. I don't know if they would even put him up there for that though. You know what I mean?
yeah. But I'll definitely go Nick Chubb though.
Let me just cut you off real quick, Jay, because he took the words right out of my mouth. Nick Chubb is gonna miss. He missed how many games did he played? Like the first 6 games of last season, and then shattered
His leg looked like a Tetris
it was
piece.
disgusting.
It was the opposite way.
And so coming into this year, I think he's going to miss the first 4 games at least, is kind of what they're saying. So I fully expect him to, when he does come back, to look phenomenal. I mean, he always has looked phenomenal. I mean, he's Nick fucking Chubb, dude. He's a stud.
Yeah, you guys have one of the more obvious picks.
Yeah, for sure.
Give me Sam Darnold.
Come on, man.
Back,
I love
Player
that.
of the year.
Yes.
He needs like what? Joe Flacco did it ridiculous last year. He needs what? Like 7, 8 wins, and he could win it.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Give me Sam Darnold.
I
man.
love it. I love that pick.
I respect it.
That's awesome. I like it. I think he'll be fine this year too. Like obviously he'll probably have a game where he throws 2, maybe 3 interceptions, but also he's also gonna have games where he throws 2, 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I like that.
Next, defensive player of the year. I think we're all gonna have the same.
Coach of the year, maybe.
No, let's
We can do
let's
coach.
do Coach of the Year.
Coach of the year.
Yeah,
Coach of the year.
coach. For coach of the year, I'm gonna go with. Because I didn't really think about this.
Do you want me to pick? You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
My coach of the year. I think Stefanski won it last year, but I think D'Amico deserved it last year as well.
I think he win it.
No, he didn't. Stefanski won it last year because they didn't have Nick Chubb for like the whole, second half of the season. They were on their 3rd, 4th string quarterback. Joe Flacco comes in and takes them to the playoffs, makes them a legit football team. But
I should definitely be D'Amico Ryan.
But no, D'Amico Ryans, what he did with that football team last year, and what I think he's going to do with this football team this year is going to be crazy. I think they're going to win probably 12, 13 games this year, and I think they're going to be a heavy hitter in the AFC for sure.
Okay, I have one, I guess. I mean, I agree with you, but I'll say another name just because.
Yeah.
I'll go with, honestly, I don't even know his name. Whoever's coaching the Bucks.
Buccaneers?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Todd Bowles.
Yep, it's Todd Bowles.
Yep, I'll go with him because I think they look good. They looked good last year. And they used to have like a really, really great coach in Bruce Arians, but he retires. He's out of there. Him and Tom, they're out. I guess Tom's working now.
Well, Todd Bowles worked under Arians for a long time. I think he kind of took the reins
Oh, okay.
from him. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go with him. I'll go with that guy. Sure.
Jay.
Yeah, I think D'Amico Ryans is the obvious pick, but if I was a betting man, give me Dennis Allen. Saints head coach.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't even know who he coaches. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
But if he can take washed up Derek Carr to the playoffs, you might as well give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that division's not very top heavy. It's not very top heavy at all. It's definitely whoever's wants that division is gonna take it. So yeah, we go DPOY now.
Yeah, DPOY now, and I, as I said earlier, I think we all have the same guy.
What?
I agree. I think it's gonna be be T.J. Watt.
It's T.J. Watt. I mean, I had T.J. Watt before we watched these first slate of games. I'll have him after we watch next week's slate of games. The man's a stud. He had a great week 1, too. Literally ended the football game with a sack on Kirk Cousins. So, yeah, no, T.J. Watt, he's my guy.
Well, he got robbed last year, and they have to give it to him this year. Otherwise, it's rigged.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I completely agree.
TJ Watt.
I completely agree.
Offensive player of the year.
Offensive player of the year. AJ, you can lead us off here.
You want me to go for it? Oh, cool.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Definitely recency bias on my pick.
You're funny.
Obviously, we watched week 1, but
yeah.
give me Saquon Barkley, man.
I like it.
Oh, wow.
I think if he can do what CMC did, where he averaged a touchdown like every game, I think it's kind of hard to deny that.
I wouldn't be surprised if I feel like he can do that easily, bro. He's in the situation where he's got the best offensive line he's ever had in his career, and he's always been a phenomenal running back. So like that wouldn't shock me at all.
I kind of want to go with Lamar. I was gonna go Christian McCaffrey, but I kind of want to go Lamar for Offensive Player of the Year. I mean, we all know what he can do. He has 2 MVPs. I doubt they give him another one, but I think they would be nice enough to give him Offensive Player of the Year.
Fair play.
I'm cool with
I
Lamar.
will say, Offensive Player of the Year is normally not a quarterback.
I know.
No,
that's why I was like,
tricky.
It is because all right, fine. I'll just keep my same one that I had before. I'm gonna go with Christian McCaffrey then.
Okay, that's a good pick.
I guess I don't know how long.
Well, I mean,
out.
this is the thing though.
Yeah, but even once he gets in there, he's gonna be dominant.
Yeah,
he's gonna be dominant. So
His
I'm not worried.
His
I'm honestly not worried about it at all.
Mm-hmm. I will. My Offensive Player of the Year is a guy who probably could have won it last year. I mean, Christian McCaffrey had a crazy year, but CeeDee Lamb, that boy had a crazy year too. I think he's going to be a staple on this offense. He didn't have a crazy week 1, but I mean,
he didn't need to.
He didn't need to, exactly. And I think they are going to need him to be great this season. So I'm taking CeeDee Lamb for my Offensive Player of the Year.
I like that.
I'll go straight into it because the reason why I didn't pick CD for Offensive Player of the Year is I'm picking Dak
for MVP. Gotcha.
And because I think we got worse on defense and honestly offense too. Mm-hmm. And I think I don't see us getting that much worse in general. You know what I mean? I think because his game is going to still be great. I think we'll have a decent record, like 12 wins.
Yeah.
And he just really he was in there last year. He just really needed those staple games that Lamar went and got for him against the Niners. Literally. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And with having a weapon like CeeDee Lamb, and it does suck that this opening week he didn't really have to throw the ball. But when he did, I thought he looked good.
I thought he looked fine too. Yeah.
Their team looked great. I just think there's a lot of camaraderie in there. Without all the contract stuff going on, I still think there's a lot of camaraderie in that locker room, especially with having Zeke back too. I don't see the offense slowing down. I don't see Dak throwing a ton of interceptions either. I see him being smooth all the way through. And just he was my second best candidate last year, and for that reason I have him doing it this year.
Gotcha.
Well, the reason I didn't go D'Amico Ryans as my coach of the year is because you can't really be coach of the year with the MVP on your team.
Yes.
Yeah, so I took C.J. Stroud. I mean, I'm so high on this guy. I mean, I've been an Ohio State fan my whole life, so watching him in college and the transition into the NFL, I mean, this dude, his arm talent is second to none in my opinion. So yeah, C.J. Stroud, MVP.
I'm going to be honest with you, dog. C.J. Stroud would be my MVP, but I ain't going to lie. My dude out in San Fran, I'm taking Brock Purdy. It's usually the best quarterback on the best team, and I think his stats are they're gonna live up to. I mean, last year he was literally in the race with Lamar and Dak, and it was him, Lamar, and Dak, and then
Christian McCaffrey.
And then he gets blown out by the Ravens, and it's kind of like, all right, well, he's not in the conversation anymore. But I mean, he puts up he puts up crazy stats every year, whether it's passing yards, touchdowns, or completion percentage. He's ridiculous. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if they win 13, 14 games and he's the MVP.
I feel like you're doing too much. I don't think he puts up crazy stats.
He probably threw for 4,000 yards last year and like 30-some touchdowns. So, I mean, and his completion percentage is better than everybody else's. So if you don't want to call that crazy stats, you can just call it great. Because that's what it is. Because that's what it is. Talk to me nicely. Come on.
I think it's a long shot for him to win it, but
I think so too. I think it's more likely that McCaffrey wins it.
no, the position player will
Not
never
gonna
win
win.
MVP.
More likely.
He's literally not probably playing the first 2 weeks, bro. He's not going to win MVP.
He'll be fine.
Come on, man.
But yeah, those are our awards. Real quick, we're gonna bust into some UFC, but before that, I'm just gonna bring up the at last episode we did our fantasy draft, and first week is over. In this first week, it was me against Isaiah, and then what the fuck? I lost. Oh my god!
Yeah, he's all excited because he's going through it. And he's like, yeah, I had a 60% chance to win the whole time until he realized that Christian McCaffrey wasn't playing and he left him in his lineup. So Zay takes the week 1 dub. I'm not completely sure what happened.
There's no one I could have even put him in for. It was a Monday night game.
Yeah, it was.
Fuck. Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Because I had Brees Hall playing too. Mm-hmm. I guess, yeah, Isaiah won 118 to 111. And his best player was Devon Achane with 23 points. And my best player... yeah, my best player was Lamar Jackson who had 25 and A.J. Brown who had 22.
That's funny. You know who X's best player was?
Who?
Well, I'm about to click on it right now.
Josh Allen put up 31, but I got beat by Brandon Aubrey. I got beat by Kicker. I'm sure there's other people around the world that got beat by Kicker too. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
Cowboys defense put up 8. I got beat by the Cowboys. I got beat by the Cowboys. It is what it is.
That'll happen.
The score of AJ's game and Xavier's was...
We both scored more than you guys.
I didn't have a great week, dude.
133 to 148.
Yeah, no, Evan Ingram put up a stinker for me. Patrick Mahomes he put up like 16. It's not great. No, I had a couple guys who didn't really show up, but I got lucky because he kind of got stuck on he thought Christian McCaffrey was playing, and then he had nowhere to go with it.
Well, I didn't know until an hour before the game started.
If he was paying attention, though, he could have put in their backup, but I don't think he...
Well, no, I would have had to drop McCaffrey. I wouldn't have been able to drop anyone else.
That's crazy. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I picked him up.
Everyone else already played. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I was cooked then. But, oh well, I'll get him next week. So, yeah,
this Saturday, we got the big card in the Sphere. I think they're fighting in the Sphere for the first time, and it's like a Mexican independence kind of vibe, I think. Yeah. So that'll be cool. Jay, you can kind of get us started on that.
Yeah, man. This card's interesting in my opinion. When they announced the card in the Sphere, I was like, oh geez, ticket price is going to be like $10K a pop. But yeah, Sugar Sean, my guy. Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Marab. I don't even want to try his last name.
Dwabashvili.
Yeah, that one. You have a striker versus a wrestler. It's
classics UFC
what UFC
matchup.
is known for. I mean, it's classics, yeah. Zay, you have a prediction for this, and then I'll give my take.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sugar's striking is just way too clean. I think he's well prepared to fight a wrestler. I mean, obviously
he's fought wrestlers.
Well, the thing is, obviously he fought Aljo, and you didn't get to see him maybe defending as much takedowns as you like. Like obviously he didn't get like a ton of experience in there defending takedowns and stuff, but like Aljo couldn't get to him, bro. He couldn't get to his legs. He couldn't get him down really, and when he did, Sugar popped right back up. So like Sugar gives me no reason to believe that like a wrestler can completely dominate him on the ground because, I mean, I feel like his striking is elite and his takedown defense is also elite. So I think it's going to be a battle. I don't think Marab's a slouch on the feet either, but he's not as clean as Sugar. So I'm going to take Sugar by probably like 4th round, like TKO. I don't think it'll go to decision. I think if it goes to decision, it probably won't be great for Sugar, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Marab looked really good in his last fight against Cejudo. Really good. He carried across cage and threw him down.
Yeah.
But then, the last thing we have on Sean was against Cheeto, which was a striker.
Yeah,
so
right.
it was a wrestler, and a striker. So now we're back to this matchup. And, one thing I always said about Marab is sometimes his shots just look sloppy. If you go back and watch that Jose Aldo fight, like it looked like he was just trying to dive in. Mm-hmm. And I think Sugar either catches him with a knee to the head or grabs a guillotine. I think my official prediction is going to be Sugar Show guillotine round 3.
That's fire. I like it.
And
yeah, go ahead.
I want to cover one more fight if possible.
I got Sugar knockout 2nd round.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love that.
I like it.
Love that.
I'm here for it.
And I'm not too sure if you know much about these guys. They were scheduled to fight on, what was it, 304 today, I think?
Yeah, we've already talked about this fight, but the episode that we were gonna put out, we ended up not even putting it out. So like we've already talked about this fight, but it was like they were supposed to fight like 2 months ago, dude. It's
Give me the 2 names.
So we have Diego Lopez versus Brian Ortega.
Oh, okay. We didn't put that out?
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, we go.
Yeah, this is an interesting one for sure. They were supposed to fight on 304, and Brian Ortega had to pull out last minute. I think he had some sort of sickness or the flu or something like that. Diego Lopez didn't look great against Dan Ige. Came in on 3 hours notice, made weight and fought. But yeah, I think this is a very exciting matchup. We talked about it a little bit. Just the 3 of us. You have the up and comer versus the old veteran.
Yep.
Another classic. Mm-hmm. I think this could easily be fight of the night.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, Zay, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
What I will say about what you said, Dan Ige took that fight on 3 hours notice, right? Okay. So the thing I'll say about Dan Ige is that he the last 3 fights I've seen him in, I didn't think he had any business being, I don't know, fighting the dudes he was fighting, and he's looked phenomenal. So I will caveat that with obviously Ige still looks pretty good, fighting shape or whatever. But no, I think Ortega's just a little out of his prime, man. I think Lopez is gonna have too much fire. I don't think that Ortega is gonna be able to really put him in a position that is gonna make him uncomfortable. So I think Lopez is gonna look really good in that fight. But I also think Ortega's not slouched, so he's not just gonna go in there and get knocked out in the first round. He's gonna find a way to make it a good fight. But I think I'll take Lopez for sure.
Well, it's funny you say that because my prediction is Diego Lopez first round KO. Pretty late though. I'd say about 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes in. I think Lopez puts him down. Ortega says come to the ground, and Lopez stands him back up and puts it away.
Yeah. Diego Lopez is just surging, so nothing would surprise me. But I have a little too much respect for Ortega to say he's getting knocked out in the first round yet. But he very well could. Diego Lopez is no joke. But yeah, dog. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. All right, I don't have much to say about that. I guess I spoke on it already, but I don't remember anything about it. But thanks for tuning in for our 9th episode. Lyin, number 9.
Lyin.
We decided to change up the scenery, I guess. Let me know if it's okay with you guys. If not, we can easily go back. But I thought it might be kind of cool, a little bit more chill. Baby, Nora! Paco says, what up? She says, peace out.
Lyin.